What is going on? This is your favorite cousin, Big Cuz Live. And this is our Monday night show. And we got Mr. Bentley with us. What up, Mr. Bentley?
What's up,
welcome
Big Cuz?
to
Going good. Thanks for having me.
About time, man. Welcome to the broadcast. If you don't know, Mr. Bentley was a major supportive when we did the MostSleptOn experience. And shout out to the fire department right now going behind us. Very hard workers. You know something about the fire department, don't you?
Yeah, I am a fireman.
Yeah, man. Definitely salute to you. You run it. You're a hero. You run and burning buildings, man.
Thanks.
I would not want to do that. How was your weekend, man? How about them Eagles?
I mean, that was awesome, man. I enjoyed myself, especially taking a win from Philly. That was a big deal, especially for my family. My dad and uncle cried. You know, so it was a beautiful experience.
Oh man! Did you cook? Did you guys order? Who's cooking?
My aunt Rose.
Okay.
My uncle's wife cooked. Man, it was she cooked. It was like Thanksgiving 3 times.
So what did you have?
It was amazing.
What you had to eat?
Everything. I had some me and myself. I had something simple: chicken, rice. I keep it basic.
Right.
You know.
That's dope, man. So, did you have to get up and go to work this morning?
Nah.
Well, you were a lucky one. Shout out everybody out there that had to get up and go to work this morning. I mean, there's some groggy eyeballs, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, right, on the train, at the office.
Well, to me, work, you know, people say I didn't have to go work for somebody else this morning. I had to work for myself. So.
Right. Well, yeah. All right, let's hop into it. What do you mean you work for yourself? What does that mean? What are you getting at?
Just different businesses.
So you're a entrepreneur,
yeah,
and you think as such.
Serial entrepreneur, yeah.
What does that mean, serial entrepreneur?
Serial entrepreneur is somebody that's just not focused on one form of income. You know, we jump into different businesses. You know, that build those multiple streams.
Okay.
You know, and that's where most millionaires are serial entrepreneurs. You know, and that's the path that I'm trying to follow. We see something, if the numbers make sense, we invest and make money off of it.
Absolutely. Now, for serial entrepreneur, now at MostSleptOn, we interview many people that are entrepreneurial spirits, business people,
right,
and I have 2 main questions for that. But the first one is, can you tell us about failure and how that helps you?
Whew. I fail way more than I succeed.
Right.
You know, like failure is the building blocks for success, and failure has helped me because it just taught me. It's like a college lesson.
Right.
You know how people pay $30,000 to go to college?
Yeah.
And learn stuff. Well, me, I lost that much learning stuff just just taking risks. So when just doing my entrepreneurial endeavors and things like that, risky investments, you lose a lot, and that sometimes they consider that a failure. But I look at it as expensive education, and that's one way I could say failure helped me. Like when I make big investments, or I fail with those investments, or they don't come out to what I want them to be, but I'm learning along the way. So and failure builds character, failure builds character. So, and you like to say failure, but to me, it's never a failure. It's just a lesson. It's just a lesson.
All right, that's definitely something I like to build on, because I think that's a difference between like someone like yourself and then like the next person. Like a lot of people are afraid to fail anything. A lot of people are afraid to just look bad.
Right. You can't be afraid to look bad, and you'll never succeed. You can't learn how to swim without jumping in the water.
Right.
You can't learn how to skate without falling.
Okay, so now we're going to get into some of your ventures in a minute, but another thing I like to talk about with entrepreneurs is, how do you prioritize? Like, how do you structure your schedule in your day?
List. I'll say list and time management mainly. Every night before I go to sleep, I write my list to what I'm going to do that next day. Right. And I make sure I write it down. There's a lot of power in writing stuff down. Right. And sometimes I'll try to go just in my head, like, I know what I have to do. And it's always off. It never falls in place. And there's times where I'll write something down, and even I'll forget. And somehow, some way, my schedule tends to go in a direction. I'm like, oh yeah, and it pops up, and I just look at my schedule throughout the day. Like, you know, I'll have something. I'll start off all the way till I'll make the simplest things. It could be if I'm getting up at 4 a.m. or I'm getting up at 5 a.m. I'll write get in the shower. The smallest things I'll say get in the shower, eat breakfast. You know what I mean? Why, you know, like, and then,
cross them off.
Yeah, right. Get in breakfast because it gets me in that mindset. You know, drink tea, make calls,
right,
mind meetings. So. Like, for every detail that I could think of, I try to make my list as big as possible. And every day, I try to get it done faster and faster to try to get more accomplished. Whatever I don't accomplish, I put on that next day. So I would say time management and making a list of things. And, you know, that's my accountability list. So at the end of the day, I try to see, I'll cross off what I didn't do and put it on to the next. I cross off what I did do and what I didn't do, I put it on to the next day.
All right, definitely, absolutely. If you're just joining us, we're here with Mr. Bentley, hip-hop entrepreneur. This is our Monday night broadcast, Most Slept On Radio. Shout out to one of our partner entrepreneurs, Amr the Bomber. He makes these tri-cell apparel, and he's been doing numbers with the Eagle. He did a whole line of Eagles T-shirts.
Oh, that's awesome. Opportunity.
But, you know, you're the kind of guest I really like to have because not only are you an artist, you're also like a successful in accomplishing goals and business and, you know, like you say, crossing things off the list. And this is the kind of show, if you're watching, you might want to take a note. You might want to have a notebook and just, you know, you might want to take a couple notes with the information that you're going to be hearing tonight. And because I'm always excited because I like to put myself around other entrepreneurs at the same time because it's like, I gotta be reminded, like, right. You know, I gotta
it's growth.
Mm-hmm. So definitely. So we'll get into some of our regular questions. Like for one, like what is your motivation not to just settle? Like why do you not settle? Why aren't you okay with just your job? What motivates you to just keep going?
I just always wanted a lot in life. Like since I was younger. I mean, before I knew the concept of money, like
right.
I would tell my mom. We would drive past these big neighborhoods.
Right.
You know, I'm from a regular urban neighborhood, you know, regular house, size house. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to buy you this when I get older.
Right.
I'm going to do this for you when I get older. I used to always had that vision since I was small. And I don't know, man. I just always saw the max potential. And what makes me, like, give me that drive and I just don't want to have any regrets. Like, when I'm on my dying bed,
yeah.
Like, you know, I don't want to be like, damn, man, I wish that I would have pursued music. I wish I would have tried this business. I wish I did real estate.
Right.
I wish I tried these things. All these people tell me these things. I don't want to be that guy. Like, I'd rather live free
right.
and take risks. As long as I'm, like, me, as long as I can eat, and my children are getting taken care of,
right.
everybody's, I'm cool. Everything else is extra. So I don't fear taking a risk and losing money, because you know if you're not taking risks, you're not pursuing things, you're not really living.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm scared to live I don't want to. What do you say? Die and live, live and die. Like I don't want to live a life of just fear and not doing things.
I got
I just want to progress.
You're not about that mediocrity.
Yeah. I don't want to just be mediocre. And I don't think anybody wants to be, but people just have that fear. And I think everybody has some type of special talent that they can tap into, especially in this day and age.
Right.
Like all of us do, you know. It's just that we get so scared and brainwashed by the world saying that we can't do these things, we have to be in this system. So, you know, I was always rebellious anyways.
Right.
Anything that tell me I can't do something is like, I gotta do it. No, I can't.
Well, that is hilarious because growing up, they made up a disorder called opposition defiance disorder.
Yeah, I think I have that.
It's complete FUBAR.
I think I have that. I saw that before too. I said, you know what? I might have that. But most entrepreneurs are, though.
Right.
You know, most entrepreneurs are, because they don't go by the norm of what society paints. You know, what's realistic, what's unrealistic. You know what I mean? What's realistic is working with somebody that followed their unrealistic dream, right?
Right. Definitely. What's going on? It's your favorite cousin, Big Cuz Live. We're here with Mr. Bentley. It's our Monday night broadcast, Most Slept On Radio, and we're talking some entrepreneurial things. Shout out Lennox Lewis checking in, John Steer checking in. You can catch us tomorrow night. We got Tall Table Talk with Teef. It's going to be if you're not familiar with, we have a Tuesday night show where we just sit around. It's like a topic show, where we sit around at a tall table. That's where we discuss most of our life issues and we just go over the topics. But it usually gets pretty lively. So
that sounds interesting. It sounds like something fun.
It is. It gets fun. So you're always welcome to come through. And then Wednesday we got Fizz Banger. And then what are we doing Thursday? We're on air. We're doing a soft release. I'm not even going to put this. The only promo I'm going to do for it will be on 98.5 Uptown Radio. So we've been talking about that. So all right, let's get back into Mr. Bentley, entrepreneurial. So let's talk about. I mean, you don't have to give your business away, but let's talk about some business moves that either you could do or maybe somebody else could do to take the first step or the next step.
Oh, you mean as far as you said, my business moves, or what can you do to take the step in?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to put your business out there. If you want to talk about it, you can talk.
Yeah, it's cool. Different things, but just in general, I want this to be education for anybody because everybody has different. Because the fundamentals of business is really the same. It depends on whatever you do. But I think the first tool you can do to start your business is write down what you want to accomplish.
Okay.
Then once you write down what you want to accomplish, you get a clear view of what you want. You do your research on that. We live in a time period where it's like we have all the information we possibly get, like Harvard University type education in the palm of our hands. You know what I mean?
Right. A
lot of us don't utilize that. And like any business that I get into, like one of the first things I go to is how.
Yeah.
How stuff works. Wikipedia, eHow. You can get a fundamental. You get fundamental.
There's an eHow? I didn't even heard of that one.
eHow, yeah, that's one of my favorite sites. You can type in almost anything, and it'll give you steps and directions on where you want to go.
See, that's why I said I'm writing this down myself. You're gonna learn something tonight.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish or do, I might have not even thought I can possibly do it, and then I type it in. And it gives you step. Hey, if you can't do this, you do this. Contact this person. Contact this. Get this type of lawyer or get this type of contractor. So it gives you steps. There's so many things in the World Wide Web that you can self-educate yourself and just take that chance.
All right. Well, then you're also talking about how do you retrain your mind to think that way?
Red pill to blue pill. You just some people are naturally like that, but even me, sometimes I get sucked into like depending on who's around me. Like a lot of times, if you're around people with the regular, just simple, not saying there's anything wrong, but the basic mind frame, going to 9 to 5, get a kid, working 40 years, retiring, and that's it, happy after. Sometimes you can get into the mind frame of like, man, is this possible? Because there's going to be a lot of struggle because you're going to get your opposition. You're going to against all odds. So I think a lot of things that keep me into that is reading books and having mentors, like live mentors and digital mentors. What I mean by digital mentors is like, I listen to a lot of motivational tapes. I go to sleep to motivational tapes. I listen to Eric Thomas. I listen to Gary, that's his last name, Gary V, what they call him, Gary V, his nickname, Gary V, Ty Lopez. I like to listen to these type of people all the time because they're very successful and they're going to put certain things in my mind subliminally that I don't hear on their everyday basis. Because if you want to be if you're either a 6-figure earner or a multi-million-dollar earner, or a billionaire or whatever like that, that's not the norm. That's not the norm. So they say you replicate the people that you talk to the most, or the 5 people that's around you. So if you don't have those people that's really around you, surround yourself with the information or the talk and listen to audios, and eventually, when your mind state is in that, you'll attract people that's actually similar. Like you said, keeping on focus. Like Will Smith had a post like recently on Instagram. He just got Instagram going all crazy and stuff. So he said, like, look at your text messages, look at the last 5 people that you text.
Yeah.
And, you know, that'll tell you you're on the right path.
Right.
And I did it. I was like, wow, like the last 5 people I text are all people that I'm trying to make moves with.
Right.
So, and that gave me confirmation right there.
Definitely. What's going on, Dream, Sarita, and Omar checking in. What's going on, Most Slept On Radio? That's our Monday night broadcast. We're here with Mr. Bentley, hip-hop entrepreneur. And if you haven't been paying attention, get a notebook. He's dropping jewels on you. Definitely. All right, so my reaction from all that motivate, because I sometimes I dabble with the motivational speakers.
Right.
It usually makes me like, all right, it's like I'll cut it off and I'll be like, all right, let me do like 3 things. Like let me just do, because we all, even though, I mean, I'm speaking for me, like even as an entrepreneur, like I'm a go-getter, but I'm also a procrastinator.
Right.
Because like you got so many things going on. Some of the, if it's not popping, it's kind of sliding, you know,
right,
sliding away from you.
And distractions. Like me, like my biggest distraction, I think that keeps me away. Like I've learned to cut the TV off.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to zone out. One of my distractions could be Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, like Instagram where it says like, man, I'm stuck on this.
Yeah.
Shit. I could have been studying something. I could have been reading something. So now it's just like, I even told myself, I said, I'm going to give myself social media recess.
Right.
You know, like where it's like, okay, I'm going to do a post that has to do with my business.
Right.
And I'm going to give myself a recess time of the day. Like, okay, cool, I got 15 minutes recess. Just like school.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, there's some things that school could teach you. They teach you discipline. You know, if you even take those same principles that they taught you in school or even with a work. Yeah. Understand it's a system. But most people can't work like that for themselves. But if you took the same work ethic like you did the work, because you get up to work, it's like, oh, I'm going to get fired. I got to get there.
Absolutely.
You know, put your own stuff in your mindset, like you're your own boss and you're fire yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to not disappoint yourself the same way you don't want to disappoint your boss in a job. So if you put it in that perspective, distractions become a lot less, because you know you're not going. You might want to watch something, or just like some people that want to be at the Super Bowl, but they had to work, so they had to go to work. So you know, if you were off, you'd be like, no, I'm taking it. So you should have that same discipline that you would do with a job that you would do for your own business. And I think that's the hardest key. That's one of the biggest keys to really being successful. Getting up early in the morning for yourself. Right. Act like when you're your own boss, you really have to be your own boss. You have to be a boss of your discipline. You have to be a boss of your schedule. You have to be a boss of your time. And because ultimately, you don't get paid if you don't work. Same thing as in the workforce.
That's it. Most Slept On Radio. That's a Monday night broadcast. We're here with Mr. Bentley. Just talking some entrepreneurial stuff. If you just joined us, continue, play this out, and then watch it back from the beginning, man. Really good interview so far. So let's go back. Let's go back to just starting off, because I mean, and this is what I want you to talk about is starting off and being realistic.
Right. Well, we have to know that. I think just from my experience, being realistic, I was never realistic with time. Okay. You know, I always thought things were supposed to be instant. Yeah. You know, and time, you know, falling on my ass and stuff like that, and things going wrong, because rushing trained me to respect time and be realistic with time and realistic with money. You know, so it's like I think a lot of times realism, when you're ambitious, you're not going to listen to being realistic. Yeah. Until you fall. Like your lessons and mistakes give you a realistic game plan. I don't want to say like realistic as far as like your goals can't be accomplished, but it's just taking realistic steps to those goals. You know, like sometimes a lot of people, like especially in music, they'll think they could just get a track with a celebrity and bam, it's going to happen. Right. But that's not realistic. It still takes marketing. It still takes having the proper relationships. It still takes a lot of things that's behind the scenes that they don't understand to make that unrealistic dream realistic. You know, and that's, I guess I covered that with realism. So But yeah, but like just taking steps. Like when you want something to be real, it's just taking small steps. Like I think the biggest thing to make a big dream or a reality is taking small, little realistic things and compiling it. You know, because a lot of times when you look at the big picture, it seems like a lot, but it's really a bunch of small, realistic steps put together that make a big dream so much more realistic. You know, because you can go to one to be like, you can't just start off running 20 miles.
Yeah.
You could run 1 mile one day, and the next day you might run 2. The next day you might run 3.
Okay.
The next day you might run 4, and it works that way up. So now that's like regular, you know, and I think that's how, you know, planning out a realistic plan for your goals work.
No, you got it. Let's go on. It's Big Cuz. Big Cuz Live. We're here with Mr. Bentley. This is our Monday night Most Slept On broadcast. All right. Sticking on that topic, do you have like a story that you like felt hard on your face and like that realism hit you? Like,
yeah, I have a story when I was like when I first started trying to develop apps and stuff like that. You know, apps are big, depending on how complex it is. It's a big project. You can't do it yourself. You got coding, so you end up networking with other coders. You end up hiring subcontract coders to help you with big products. And I remember, like I wasn't listening to anybody. I think I had like I saved like $5,000.
Okay.
And this was before you could do before virtual assistants and stuff was big.
Yeah.
And I was only I was like fresh out of high school, like you know, I like to save up every money that I had.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna make this app. It was like a big app. This was before, and no, it wasn't even an app at that time because I don't think I don't think iPhones and stuff came out. You know, and I got a friend too, like he'll vouch for me. But I was trying to plan this type of software, like it was like a networking software, and like I ended up linking up with some guys that like from India that were supposed to be able to do it. Like so, it was like and I thought if I could pay them, they could make all my dreams come true. Make everything happen with the app and all that type of stuff. Well, the software at that time, and I did it, and like I paid them the money, I wire transfer them, everything, and it was just like I couldn't get in touch with them.
Oh, man,
so I shared it with people. Yeah, that hurt so bad. And the crazy thing, it wasn't even about the money. It was like, I just wanted my dream to come true, you know? And people, long story short, everybody was calling me like, hello, yeah, thank you for your donation. We've opened up 7-Elevens across the nation. Like joking with me because I was giving, because I gave my money to India. But you know, just being impulsive and trying to get it done instead of doing like my due diligence and the research, the research and stuff like that.
So you probably hit the button, you're like, Birdman.
Right, exactly. I'm like, yeah, when it's gonna be done? Give me the first prototype.
Alright, so you took away a couple of things. Probably you want to meet the person that you're going to be giving all this money to.
Right, exactly. You know, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs do that though when they're young and they just like get because you know you get stuck in a mindset. It takes money to make money, so that's what I was training myself. I was like, it takes money to make money. You can't be scared to get money, but even though that's real, you still have to be, you know, you still have to do your research and be patient and make the right connections and the right relationships. You can't be naive and just think just because somebody says because they talk to you, they seem like you're on the right, they're just going to be able to do what you say. So there's a lot of scammers out here too. So that was just when I was like, I had to take, I forgot the question. What was like being realistic or being...
No, you covered it. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, speaking of scammers in business, I mean, that's across the board. That's every day.
Right.
And because there's a lot of, they're not really, I wouldn't even call them scammers. There's a lot of pretenders.
Right.
Not, and wannabe is kind of like a childish word, but it's like people kind of just want to be around.
Right.
So just be aware of them people too.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so what's going on? It's your favorite cousin, Big Cuz Live. This is our Monday night broadcast. We're here with Mr. Bentley, hip-hop entrepreneur. We have a couple more questions, and we'll get into a rapid-fire section of the show. If you have any questions, we got Kelly checking in, Debbie, a couple other people checking in. If you have any questions, hit us up on the Facebook. You can hit us right on the feed. Now, I have a couple outro questions, but why don't you tell the people where they can connect with you if you want to talk about any of your current ventures,
definitely
or
talk about some current ventures.
let's get into that.
You could follow me on Instagram. I'm Buzzin Bentley. That's UMBUZZINBENTLEY. And you could Facebook / Mr. Bentley Music, and I even have a YouTube channel, Mr. Bentley Music TV. You know, pretty much I don't really do Snapchat like that. I'm just really Instagram. I'm pretty basic to try to get you a notice. And
I'm with you on the Instagram. Here's your way on your website.
Yeah, thanks.
But Instagram is about that's my favorite because it's like a business card.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know, you show a little bit about yourself, and people reach out to you and things like that. And but you know, my biggest project right now is actually this app that I'm developing. Got some new music coming out. Is Make a Come Up. It's my new single. You know, and that's pretty much what I'm about this year, 2018, making a come up on everything. You know.
So I'm buzzing.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. You know, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, and when I was saying, like,
we've been excited.
Tenacity. Like, I've been working on this for like 2 years. You know, it's finally launched on Android. You know,
right.
I'm waiting for Apple to call. I've been waiting for them to call me like all week. Like, we got to discuss some review stuff before we publish it. So, you know, and even this time right now, it's just I'm working out the bugs, because whenever you release some new software, you always got to test it on different phones, get the review before I can say everybody go get it. You know. So I'm buzzing the app. You know, it's an app that was designed for basically public figures initially and music artists initially, but now it's for all entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Like that. So it's an app that creates apps. It's basically your own platform. You know, you can live. You know, we're making the live stream.
So I can make an app.
Exactly.
So I can make a MostSleptOn app.
Yeah, actually you can.
Stay tuned for the MostSleptOn app coming soon to your phone. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's awesome. All different types of features. Then you'll make. It's different ways to make money too. Like when you share with your friends, it's different forms of residual income. We're trying to stop the starving artists from being starving artists. Trying to create entrepreneurs out of people's passions.
That's what's
with this, you know.
Anything else besides the app you got going on? You got some singles? I know you got some new singles.
Yeah, we got Make a Come Up single. The video's coming out soon, probably a couple weeks. You know.
Okay.
Y'all can check that out. It's awesome. Coming to iTunes soon too, and I think you guys really like it. Anybody that can relate to like struggling, hustling, like grinding, just you know.
Your videos are fun to watch, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I do like the videos.
Yeah, so you know, just coming on fresh, man. It's music and apps.
All right, so I got two outro questions for you, and then we'll get into rapid fire. So our first one. If this isn't coming through on the screen, Mr. Bentley is quite stylish.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, what is your favorite item of clothing to wear and why?
Oh man, I would have to say footwear and jackets. I just have to say if I had to choose like footwear and jackets. Because I think you can add a lot of personality in it. You can see it when you see the moon boots.
Y'all know what moon boots are. It's not in this shot. Don't worry about it. But y'all know what moon boots are. Go ahead.
Right. You know, it adds it adds personality. You know, and that's why sometimes you just want to say, this is me. I'm really a lot of times I'm a quiet dude. Like a lot of times I can be quiet and laid back, but I gotta show the personality with the exterior with the clothing and stuff.
All right.
It's conversation.
No worries. I mean, I totally understand. Well, yeah, the cat in the background is trying to attack you. Like she don't ever do this for anybody, but you're allergic to cats.
Right. So, I'm allergic, so she senses it.
She's like, I'm coming right on.
I got good energy. I can't help it. I'm one with the animals.
Now, as a musician or even as an executive producer, two artists, living or dead, if you could collaborate, who would you work with?
Wow. Is that producers?
Well, anybody, like an artist, like if you want to do like a producer or like a singer or whoever.
I would say I like Pharrell, and as producers I like Pharrell and Timbaland. I like them because they can transcend like different sounds. They could go from one to the next. So no matter how creative I get or how far-fetched I get, I feel like they'll be able to make something that can fit that sound.
Okay.
I like how how that creativity works.
Definitely versatile people. All right, what's going on? It's Big Cuz Live here, Mr. Bentley. This is our Monday night Most Slept On broadcast, and we're going to get into the rapid fire section of the show. Now, if you're unfamiliar with rapid fire, I'm going to say something simple like red or black. You say red or black.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the floor to send yourself off after the rapid fire, okay?
Okay. Send myself off as
like anything you want to plug, promote.
Okay, gotcha.
Whatever you want to shout out.
Gotcha.
You want to shout out your uncle, your pops, the Eagles, whatever.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's start here. Winter gloves or mittens?
Winter gloves.
Blanket or comforter?
Comforter.
Bar soap or liquid soap?
Bar soap.
Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Happiness or wealth?
Happiness.
Dishes or laundry?
Laundry.
Swipe right or swipe left?
Swipe left.
Bert or Ernie?
Bert.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Passive or aggressive?
Passive.
Cupcakes or brownies?
Brownies.
Surf or turf?
Surf, I guess.
Volume all the way up or at a reasonable level?
Reasonable level.
Plan it out or let it happen?
Plan it out.
Ask permission or ask forgiveness?
Permission. Jordan
or LeBron?
Jordan.
Jay-Z or Nas?
I'm an entrepreneur, so Jay-Z.
Superman or Batman?
Batman.
Would you rather be stuck with a runny nose or a sore throat?
Man. Runny nose.
Scrapple or bacon?
Bacon. Turkey.
No worries.
Turkey bacon.
All right. You say sausage or sausage?
I say sausage. Sausage. Doesn't matter.
Walk or jog?
Jog.
Willow Grove or KOP?
KOP.
Cheese Whiz or Provolone?
Provolone.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Rather shoot darts or shoot pool?
Darts.
Would you rather be stood up or out on a horrible date?
Out on a horrible date. Because at least I know where I'm going. At least I know what I'm getting.
Right. Would you rather be attacked by a bear or attacked by a shark?
Oh, God. A bear. Because at least I got a chance of running.
Right.
The water is like, you're done, you know?
Yeah. Would you rather stub your toe or break your nail?
No, break it down.
Work out alone or work out with a partner?
Alone.
Do you hang the toilet paper over or under?
I think over.
Alright, good. Baked or fried?
Baked.
Milkshake or smoothie?
Smoothie.
OJ, pulp or no pulp?
Pulp.
OJ, guilty or innocent?
Well, they said he was innocent.
Right. Would you rather have a personal maid to clean or a personal chef to cook?
It's a big one. Probably me.
Sub or the L?
L.
iPhone or Droid?
Whoever pays me the most.
Right. Break that down. Happy face or mean mug?
Happiness all the time.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm actually an introvert.
Crushed or cubed ice?
Cube.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Curly or straight hair?
Like curly hair. Nah, straight haircut bundles.
Plug.
Curly hair straight.
If you need hair,
Bentley bundles 205, curly hair straight.
Bentley bundles. You can get curly hair. There you go. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Hardwood or carpeted floors?
Hardwood.
Egg scrambled, fried, over easy, or sunny side up?
I like that. Scrambled.
Dress up or dress down?
Dress up.
Yoga or nah?
Yoga or nah?
Or no yoga?
Oh, yoga. Yoga, definitely.
Tube socks or ankle socks?
Depends on what I'm wearing. Tube socks mostly though.
Morning or night person?
Oh man, morning.
Ass cap or BMI?
Ass cap.
Aisle seat or window seat?
Depends on what I'm on. Or I'd say window seat though.
Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
Me or what I like on a woman? Yeah, that's a weird question. I don't know how to answer.
All right, we'll go. That's our last and most important question of the night. Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Actually, creamy. Crunchy. I like crunchy and creamy. It depends.
All right, I thought you were cool.
It depends. You know, I like eat peanut butter though. I eat almond butter.
Well, you get crunchy or creamy almond butter.
Yes, I'll go with creamy on sandwiches.
Alright, you're fine. We'll let you do it out. What's going on, your favorite cuz, Big Cuz Live? That was our rapid fire section of the show. This is a completion of our interview. This is MostSleptOn. This is our Monday night live broadcast. Stay tuned for tomorrow, Tall Table Talk with Teeth, and Wednesday, we got live in studio with Fizz Banger, and Thursday, live on 98.5, and Friday, we got two shows, the DVD show with Pretty Rad Reg, I think we're doing Cooley High, and we got a trivia show with Urban Seek, Sarita, and that's going to be pretty cool, and we're doing shows every night now. And Mr. Bentley, you can take them out, man.
Yeah, you know, check me out on Instagram, I'm Buzzin' Bentley. Check out the new I'm Buzzin' app, I'm BuzzinApp.com. If you need hair and all that, Bentley Bundles 215, you know, we doing it big, a lot of stuff, you know, just follow what I'm doing, you know, and highlight for consultations too. I help people make money.
Any final words? Last thing you want to tell the people. What do you want to tell the people?
You know, be blessed. You know, follow your dreams.
That's good for me.